Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts some extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
Now Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now Wilson on second down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, 81 right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On third down, Wilson going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Calvin Johnson, 79 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
We got three. We're gonna set. 180. Not getting hot.
Play action. It's Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first down throw for Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And on the tackle, Kevin Green, of course, a member of the 2016 Hall of Fame class, Charles.
Went in on August 6th of 2016. Kevin Green taking his rightful place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And what a speech he gave that night. I can still see him standing up there. And the line that resonated for me, I didn't play this game for any other reason than love and passion. And only a cynic would dispute that if they saw Kevin Green play.
9 yards on the play and a first down. Back to throw, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right.
high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He will find Winslow on the left side complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. A big play there on the catch and run. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Wilson. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Terrell Davis taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
A TD for the guy affectionately known as TD. And what I love best about his game, when it was postseason time, he really increased his play. 11 postseason touchdowns in the 1997-1998 Super Bowl seasons for the Denver Broncos.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flush to his right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go, fellas. Green. On the ball. What are you doing?
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. To Barkley on the check down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. From the gun, here's Newton. He dumps it off to Barkley, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Kevin Green in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They will go for it. Now Newton. And it is incomplete. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
being chased out left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Off play action. Newton. They'll roll him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Perry in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Tight end right. Set. 180. Hey, 4 down.
Out of the gun, Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Tight on the right. Set. Ready to eat. Kill.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton eluding the pressure right. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Saquon Barkley, 62 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
4 down. Tight. Wide 90. Mike 5'9".
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Double tight. 4 down. 4 set. 180. Look at it hot.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey. Set. 180. Check 13. Check 13.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Great. 50's the mic. Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
4 down. Alert.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Watch the screen.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. K1 short. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, Newton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Kevin Green in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Newton steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They snap it to Newton. He can run for it, and he will. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Buying time to his left. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Moss.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Randy Moss, 45 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Hey. Right to the 3. Go.
They fake the give. Newton. The left side completion to Jones. Julio Jones all alone. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Julio Jones, 81 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Here's Newton. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey. 4 down.
On 2nd down, Davis stays on his feet. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
On 1st down, Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On second down, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Panthers have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Set. 180. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Slam. Gun.
Here's a give to Barkley. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Set. 180. We got 3. Check. Gun. You go tight. Gun. You got tight right there.
A handoff to Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kevin Green able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Set. 180.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So here comes the trusty, battle-tested Adam Vinatieri for a big kick. This one from 35 yards away. And Vinatieri's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A very solid gain of 27. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now it's Newton. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.